What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Michelle Renee from IamMichelleRenee.com. And today I'm so excited to do another interview with another dope Black woman. So yes, we're so excited to have a truly amazing woman here with us today. Tell us who you are, what your brand is, and where you're from.
I am Yarnell Williams-Long. I am from Pahokee, Florida, and my business is I'm a consulting agent and I have my own consulting firm. So it is EEMC Consulting LLC.
Tell us a little bit about your consulting firm. Like, what do you focus mostly on, and how did you get started with this?
Okay, well, I got started like in 2017 with my business. I began to, for me, it's like one of the things, the people in the family that is like always the one, the go-to person. So I've always been kind of like the go-to person in my family to figure things out, to get things together, to organize things. So it's been like a ongoing thing for me. Ever since I've, growing up, it's been like an ongoing thing to me. So just kind of knowing that I am a people's person and being that go-to person. So it kind of brought about in 2017, like I had couple co-workers that was asking me about helping them just to kind of do some things and get some things done. It was like, you know what, you really should make that a business. Like you really should, go into business with a lot of stuff that you do. And I'm like, how can I make this out of a business? How can my passion and my love for people and my love for women transfer over to a business? So yes. I just kind of, began there to say that, okay, let me see how I can roll this over. So it was just EMC consulting. So I was more so into the educational medical part. Didn't know exactly where it was going to go. So I just kind of started, but I wasn't consistent with it. It's just something I started just to, okay, I'm going to start something, get my feet wet, get my feet on the ground. So it all started from there, from 2017, just having that vision and just having people to actually trust me and confide in me to do things for them. It was just like simple things. Help me do this, just being very resourceful and just helping your family. Like I'm big with family. So yeah. My family is like, okay, they're like, okay, you do everything. And, we're just like so close knit. So being able to truly help out my family and then being able to extend that to some coworkers, and it just went from there, from 2017 to now. And then it kind of birthed itself even more right during the pandemic. So Absolutely. When it came out during the pandemic, it was like, okay, here's your time to shine as far as like helping women out, helping families out. So my motto is making sure that your family is covered. So yeah. I wanted it to be like a one-stop shop for families, meaning that families have almost like a Walmart, I would say. That's what I was thinking about. Like you go to Walmart, you can buy everything and anything from Walmart. So yeah. I wanted my business to be a space where families feel comfortable with. I only have to go here. I go here for home inspection. I go here if I want something notarized. I go here if I want life insurance. I go here if I want to start up a business. I go here if I want business credit. So that's kind of how all of it and my motto came about, just having that one-stop shop to make sure that your family is covered.
I think it's super powerful because you talked about, starting with your own family. And I think a lot of the times, those of us who are involved or end up in the professional world, we kind of get called on or leaned on a little bit more from our family to do stuff. They feel like because you went to college, you can do anything. You're like, yes. I don't know if I can do this, but I'm gonna try. But I love that you took something that you have a passion. I know you have a passion for children. You have a passion for families. You took that and turned that into a brand. You took that and turned that into what I was helping everybody else with. Now I can consult and help not just my family, but I can help families as a whole. I absolutely love that. Being able to help people has always been your passion. That's what you stated. But knowing that you can provide all of these different things, like when I tell y'all, she has been dropping knowledge since the pandemic started in 2020 with securing your businesses, securing, you know, making sure you build your business credit, how to actually go about making sure your business is legit is a big thing. What made you take that turn to say, you know what, I've been focusing on helping families. Now I want to help business owners. What made you take that jump to say, it's time to get these small business owners kind of supported? Because a lot of the information that's out there, especially as a Black business owner, we don't know about it. So what made you take that shift in your business?
I think that was kind of it for me. Like just knowing that every time, you know, and I'm just being honest, you know, every time African Americans get into the game, they change the game. So it was like, yeah, the rules changed. So I was like, oh my God, like there's so many women and so many people out here, African American people, that really are talented, really have things to offer to each other, offer to the world. And so if they don't know how to actually get it out in a legit manner, what are they doing? Like, what's going to happen with them? So just me being like the guinea pig, going through it myself, going through that process, seeing how, oh my God, this is a lot. It's not as simple as it was kind of seemed to be. So it's not as seamless as people made it to be. So I'm like, they need help. They need help. And in the process, I need help too. So it's like, let me make sure that they understand the whole concept of actually getting things started with the business. Actually knowing the ins and outs, actually, you know, understanding and keeping up with things that are changing. There's been so many things that has been changing with the aspect of business till by the time you find out one thing, oh, it's something different. Like it has totally changed. Yeah. So, and just dealing with going to a lot of the SBA trainings, just listening to them, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, oh, that's something new. So just being able to help out and to give back to not only my community, because I know where I'm from, you know, a lot of people will come on and say, okay, I want to start a business. I'm ready to get my business up. Yeah, I want you to start your business, but let's do it the right way. Let's make sure that we follow the steps and we're not going backwards. So a lot of people were starting, then they started backpedaling because now I didn't do it right. Or I didn't fill out this application right. I didn't know what to put there. I didn't know all these codes that they're going to ask me. I didn't know that if I put my personal address on here that everybody would see it. So just a lot of things. Yeah, just those things that were shocking even to people, because I'm a natural educator. So it comes natural to me. So it's like, how can I help them to become more knowledgeable about this area? And it actually helps me too. Like it actually gives me a refreshing, my whole thing is like, I bless to be blessed. Yes. So I bless people. Yes, I bless to be blessed. So I don't have a problem with sharing. I don't have a problem with, you know, letting women know or letting people know that, hey, this is out here. And I pretty much had to kind of stay consistent with it. You know, I can't say, there were times that I were, you know, saying to myself, oh God, is this going to work out? Because I don't hear anybody. Sometimes we look for the crowd to give us that confirmation.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And it goes silent. And you're like, am I doing the right thing? Yeah. I can remember you sending me a message and oh my gosh, it was one of those moments where I was just like, do I keep doing this? Like, is it landing? Like, what's the point? And two things happened. You sent that message and you were like, I know you don't know me like that, but I just want to tell you, keep doing what you're doing because you are really doing something special. And I was like, what? Thank you. It came out of nowhere. I was like, all right. And I literally had this like fresh wave breathe, like to come over me like a wind, right? And it was God saying, it doesn't matter how many people hear you, see you, or like or anything. That's not important. What you're doing for women is what's important. And I had to remember that you're giving women a platform for us to shine where we don't often have that space that's uninterrupted. You can't come on I'mMichelleRenee.com and disrupt our peace. You can't do that. This is a place for us to be us, for us to love on us, but also for us to find what we need from us. So literally for us, by us, to us, every single part of it. So every person that has come on this platform has either been blessed in abundance from their business growing, or they've been able to bless somebody else. And I'm like, okay, God, I didn't know. I was going, I'm trying to do what you're telling me to do. And it's a lot of work. And people don't know that, especially when you're giving away something at no cost. You share business tips every single day.
That's my goal. That's my goal. Like I said to myself, I was like, okay, even if I don't get that, what you think you need, but you really don't need. Mm-hmm. And the first thing I tell people, if you're working with me as they're working with me, you can't do this by yourself. There's no way that you can do this by yourself. So people can act as if they don't need anybody through this process, or I could do this on my own, this whole business. Yeah, you can start it on your own probably, more than likely. But everybody, you need somebody. You need somebody. You need a business buddy. I tell you guys all the time, and even in the group, I'm like, you need a business buddy. Or you need somebody, those hard days when you are feeling like, oh, this is, I can't. So I really kind of make it my business to actually, if I don't say anything every day, just to give a motivation, just to give that encouragement. So women and the men that are in the group, just to keep going. I mean, it's not going to come easy. It's not going to come that easy to you, just to keep going, keep pushing, keep pressing. Because like I said earlier, this is nothing that, is given to you. This is something that you have to. If you have a passion for it, if you believe in it, you keep going. You keep going and you continue to push through, because nobody believes in you until they believe you. They don't.
You just said something.
They don't.
It's so true. They don't believe that you're capable of doing it until they see you actually doing it. And you're like, but I gotta have a place to do it, and I need you to trust me to do it. But they're like, I gotta see it first. I don't know if you can do this. I don't know if this is gonna happen. I think that's so powerful. Where do you see your brand EEMC Consulting? Where do you see that going? Like, what's your grand vision? Because we got to speak life into that right now. What is that?
Okay. So I see it as being like a franchise career source center, where you have this one-stop shop where I don't have to go and get insurance over here and then a different place over here, get this. Like everything that a family needs as far as those things, that to make sure that they're covered, to make sure that they are in the right place, make sure that they have the right retirement funds, make sure they have mutual funds, those investment things, just to make sure, because it is just so, to me, it has been, powerful knowing the simple things like life insurance, like knowing how much it matters.
Yeah.
Like that,
because we've seen our community be hit hard, right?
Yeah, hit hard. And there's so many people that even, with the simple life insurance, they think that it's difficult to talk about in Black families. Like we don't like to have that conversation, because we think that, okay, the more we cover it up, it'll just disappear. Like it will just go somewhere. It'll just disappear. When in actuality, it's life. It's realistic. It's real. This pandemic showed us that, hey, like I had several family members to pass away, and we were not prepared. Like we were not prepared financially, to actually take care of some things that needed to be taken care of. However, we made it through. But with that knowledge that families need in order to, hey, baby, it don't cost you number $20 to cover your baby daddy. You know that? Like, some of them don't know that. Like,
and you have a vested interest.
Yes.
And if something happens to them, because that person affects the quality of life of your child.
Exactly.
And we have to get past our feelings or our disdain for people, if that's what the issue is, or even our fear of the conversation around death. I've lost a lot of family members too, but seeing like we were ready. And I think that's because my grandmother and my mother and my aunts, they were very adamant about, you got to have a policy, because we know life ain't guaranteed. we know that just as sure as you are born, you will die. Mm-hmm. And we don't know the day nor the hour. And that's my mama's always, we don't know the day nor the hour. So we got to be ready. And I'm like, I don't want to be ready, but you need to be ready, because the worst thing that can happen, I think about my girls, I think about my husband. If something happens to either of us or both of us, they need to be taken care of, not just emotionally, but they need to be taken care of financially so that their quality of life doesn't change. Because there's nothing worse than you already lost your parents and now you're impoverished.
Exactly.
You know,
and that policy is for the life.
Exactly. We forget sometimes. I think now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of times the reason Black families are afraid to insure one another is because they believe that the potential of, if somebody dies and then you get the payout for the policy, oh, you got to come up because somebody died. And I'm going, no, but you ain't got to hurt. Like, it's already enough that you're hurting emotionally. Why would you have to hurt financially too? What sense does that make? Because no amount of money is going to bring them back.
Exactly. So I rather for, and that's something educationally that I'm trying to change with people, the mindset. And I think it's all about the mindset. And like you just said, we think that because, oh, you got a life insurance policy on this person, that's going to be a major come up. Baby, $10,000 is just for the funeral. But, that's the cost of a funeral. That's not really the cost of what you're going to need to continue throughout, or what that person is going to need. So I just think about, just educating people, changing their mindset, showing them the difference of how having these things in place, how having life insurance, the retirement plans, mutual funds, your business in place and in order, in structure, just having all of those things in order will make life so much easier for you. Make life and I don't think about it as in a selfish way. I think about it as in generational wealth, building that generational thing. So it's not just, I think people look at things selfishly and they don't take into account all these other things and these other layers that really matters. I mean, your family matters. My family matters to me. So I need to make sure that they're in order. So I don't take it so lightly when people say things to me like, well, think about, oh, you gonna curse my family. I've heard somebody told me that they're gonna be cursed because they get insurance, like somebody gonna curse them and then they're gonna die. I'm like, okay. Like I
think what I hear is some education around just what it means to be insured, just the practices around generational wealth, what it doesn't mean to be insured, but also that this is something that we've watched generation after generation after generation have to have fish fries and potlucks to bury people. And that's unnecessary because there's a way to be insured. Like it doesn't make any sense. And for me, it's very disheartening because we see so many people. Our community is disproportionately impacted by this. Mm-hmm. And so what it happens when we don't have those policies in place and we die, our kids suffer from that. Their children are going to suffer from that. Like it has to stop at some point. So I love what it is that you're doing. I love that you're candid in sharing your communications about what you learn and what you know, as well as your skill set for what you're able to provide for families. I think that's truly amazing. I want us to have more conversations like this where we're able to really dig deep and say, you know what? Some hard myths we got to debunk and some hard truths we got to have in order for us to be able to move forward in what it is that we're doing. I think that's truly amazing. Tell us how do people reach out to you? Are you able to provide that consulting services? We know you're located in Florida, but we have viewers all over the world. How are you able to support those who may not be in Florida? Are you able to do some consulting around that? Let us know those different things.
Yes, well, I have clients that are in Texas. I have clients that are in Atlanta. I have clients that are in New York. So this is like, I have clients, that are all over. So it's not just a simple local basic thing. I don't think locally. And that's one thing too, like I even tell people when it comes to business and when it comes to making sure a person's family is covered, I think beyond
Absolutely.
what I see in front of me. I go past what I see because my biggest support, honestly, and my biggest clientele is people I don't know.
Yep.
It is people, it is people I don't know, and it's people from other states. So it's like, you know, they are the people that kind of like trusted me and say, hey, you know, I'm going to trust you with this. And when they entrusted me with what they wanted me to do, whether or not it was with their business, their family, their life insurance, whatever it was, they entrusted me with that. And so, like I said earlier, people don't believe you until they believe in you. So once they trusted me and that came about and that, you know, was birthed, then, okay, let me call my sister over in New York.
Yep.
Let me call my cousin in Atlanta.
Yep. It's a network.
It was more, okay, let's get her in. So it's kind of like for them, it's like I'm their little secret. Like I'm their little secret throughout, you know, okay, let's call a friend. Let me phone a friend. Let me tell this person, because with my business, although I do like a combination of things, a lot of my business come up from people who are wanting to start up their business. And a lot of it's just like everything I give to people, I give it to them for free. Like I tell you what to do. I will show you what to do. You know, most of my clientele come because a lot of people don't have the time to actually do those things because it's very tedious. It's very tedious. It's not easy. It's something that, you know, a person have to do research. A person have to make sure that they understand what is happening. A person have to know the ins and out of what it is about business. You know, what is it that I need to know, and making sure that you give that correct information. Because like I say, things change. Things change on a daily. When I tell you this pandemic, so many things have changed. So many things are changing, even to the point where it's going to change. It's changing where, you know, Uncle Sam has gotten involved when he's changing it with the IRS. So the game is changing. So if you're not educated on it, or if you're not aware of what's happening throughout your business, you're going to fall behind. And so what I don't want our people to fall behind. I don't want, you know, Black women to not be in the loop as to what is happening, what is going on, what is taking place right now in the entrepreneur world, what is really happening out there. So everything that I know, I try to provide, you know, entrepreneurs with educating them with what I know, what's coming up, you know, what to do with, you know, your business, what direction you want to go in with your business, and just kind of giving them that comfort. I think the most thing that most entrepreneurs need is that comfort. They need that comfort of knowing that, first of all, I'm not alone. You're not the only one.
Got my back.
Yeah. You got my back. And I need that encouragement. They need that motivation. Like all of us need that. So just having, like, there's so much more that I offer that I don't, you know, like pretty much say, like, I offer that coaching piece. I offer that motivational piece. I offer that platform where women have the opportunity to share the information. They have an opportunity to wake up and say, okay, I feel down today, but now I'm motivated. You know, they have the opportunity for me to be real. And I try to be as real as possible, even with my motivational things that I put on there every day on my page. I want people to know that this is what's happening. This is how people really feel. You know, this is how a lot of times I feel. So I want to share it and make sure that they know it's okay. It's okay to feel like that. It's okay to have those humps and those bumps and those curves. It's okay to know that, but you don't stop. You keep going. So to kind of answer your question going back, well, I can be found on my website at www.eemc.consulting. You can also follow me on Instagram at EEMC_consulting. And I have a Facebook page, which is called All About the Business, where I share like exciting news. I share updates. I share motivation. I share the latest and the greatest. I share and I tell you how to start your business credit, how to start building your business, how to look at things that you may not pay attention to. You may not pay attention to what type of industry that you're in, and is that industry of a high demand, and how to just make money, like how to make your money and make it make sense. Right. A lot of times some things that we choose to do or that we do, we like it, but make sure that this how can I make money out of that? How can I make it, like I said, make it make sense? What am I going to bring to the table that's going to help me financially build and grow? So yeah, there's a lot of things that I just try to make sure that women are aware of, that people, period, are aware of when it comes to business, when it comes to those things that you need to not only know, but those things that you need to incorporate in what's happening in with you. Like, I don't care about, you know, most women that, you know, want to start and they don't say anything. Or I even get inboxes saying that, hey, I'm scared. Mm-hmm. And that's real. Like, yeah. That's real. That's the real deal. I'm scared. Yeah. So like I said, you have women that are so talented, but they're scared.
Yeah. Yeah. We're afraid. It's a lot of us. And my big thing is do it scared. Do it afraid. Just do it. Like, just put yourself out there, take that leap of faith, because you're gonna shock yourself with what you're able to do. I'm so glad that you have taken a passion, taken a love, but it's not just a passion and a love. You're actually very skilled at what you do. So I appreciate you can love something to be passionate about it and still not be good at it. But baby, you got it going on when it comes to what you do. So we're so grateful for that opportunity to have your expertise in so many areas. Y'all, I'm going to make sure I drop all of the links to her Facebook group, to her website, to her Instagram, to make sure that you're following and able to get at her and reach out to her, connect with her on every single thing that you need to secure your bag, because that's what we're doing. We're securing bags.
Yes. Yes.
I'm so grateful for this opportunity to talk to you. I'm definitely looking forward to us collaborating on a few things I'm going to share with you once we get off of here.
Oh, yes.
Because you have some skills that I know people could truly benefit from. And we want to make sure that we're getting it out to our sisters far and wide. Yes. Before you go, though, I have to ask you one more question.
Okay.
What is one word that affirms who you are?
Passionate.
Passionate. Tell us why.
Because I love people. I do. I am a people's person. I am, and my mom always said it, girl, you can go anywhere and you just all over there talking to people like you know them. You know, I'm just a truly, and I guess I'll add this, I'm a truly genuine person. Mm-hmm. I'm genuine, and I don't fear another person's gift.
So. You just spoke something right there. That's so powerful, because you know that your gifts are going to make room for you the same way their gifts are going to make room for them.
Yes.
So you don't have to fear their gift. You don't have to covet their gift.
Yes.
I sit in that same space with you. I look at people and I'm like, oh, look at how she could do X, Y, Z. I love that she could do that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I don't do that.
That's kind of like, that's me. And I think that's where women, that's where we're hurting at. We're hurting at that that's not your lane. If that's not your lane, that's not your lane. That's not your gift.
That's okay.
And it's okay. Yeah. Like, I don't fear another person's gift. And that what makes it so much easier for me. It makes it so seamless for me, because I want to help. I truly want to help. I want to give back. I want to make sure that you're covered, that you understand, that you know what, if I know it, you know, there's no secret. It's in a book somewhere anyway, or somewhere online you can Google it. So it's no big secret. So I want you to know, like, I want to share the wealth of knowledge with all women.
Yeah, that's powerful. Y'all be sure to check out this dope Black woman. I'm so grateful to just have this opportunity to interview you, to be able to get you in a place where you could give us a full reign of what it is you do, but also just to honor you, to say thank you. Thank you for doing this for Black women. Thank you for doing this for families. Thank you for doing this for communities, because if more of us were willing to share our gift in the way that you do, we could all win. And that's real.
Yes.
So I'm grateful for you. Yarnell Williams-Long, everybody. Check her out. EEMC Consulting, LLC. Go secure your bags, lady. That's all I can tell you. Go secure your bags. She's got the key to make sure you secure the bag. So check her out. whatever you guys got going on, whatever you're doing, by all means, make sure you protect your energy and protect your peace. And most importantly, be free. Love you. Thanks, Nat.